Welcome to Opening the Door, Opportunities for U.S. Immigration with attorney Nadine Heights.
Hello and welcome to episode number 5 of Opening the Door, Opportunities for U.S. Immigration. I am Nadine Heights and I am an immigration lawyer in Lake Worth, Florida. So today my podcast episode is all about why you need an immigration attorney for your case. Now I'm going to give you a number of the most important reasons I believe that it's critical that you hire an immigration attorney if you have anything at all to do with submitting any type of applications to USCIS. Now, number one, you may think, oh, it's just an application. I can fill this out. I can download the form for free. Yes, you can. You can go to uscis.gov and all of the immigration forms are on there. So please don't let anyone charge you money just for getting you an immigration form because that is free. Anybody can download them. But here's the thing. You want to have qualified advice on what exactly you qualify for, what forms you need to complete, and you want someone with the experience of knowing the most up-to-date immigration laws and how they are going to affect you and your case. Now, immigration laws change. They change frequently. We have had quite a tumultuous last few years with certain types of regulations coming in, coming out. Now it's applicable, now it's not. So here's the problem. What I see frequently happening with clients who don't use immigration attorneys, they come to me and their application that they submitted on their own or maybe had someone help them with got denied. So what does that mean? Well, if your case gets denied, here's what can happen. You can be placed in removal proceedings, also known as deportation proceedings, because now the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services knows that you have no legal status. So you could very well be getting a letter soon in the mail saying, please show up for immigration court because now you are in deportation proceedings. So that is one really, really costly mistake that you want to avoid. The other thing that can happen if you don't submit the right applications, the right information, the right evidence, is your file can also be rejected. Now, a rejection is not quite as bad as a denial because a rejection means they're not going to cash your filing fee payment or process your filing fee payment. When your case gets sent into immigration, there is a quick review done to make sure that the basic stuff is there, but this is not at all a thorough review. So sometimes if there is something basic that is missing, or maybe the wrong form was submitted or an outdated form was submitted, your case might only be rejected. So that means the whole package is sent back to you by mail. And if you included a filing fee payment, you'll get that sent back as well. So you haven't lost any money, but you might have lost valuable time. And this is especially important for time-sensitive cases. As we all know, some things have to be done by a certain date, and you don't want a rejection that's going to, result in another costly mistake. So this is a common reason that I see happening with people that come to me, and I then have to try to fix what happened when they either did it on their own or maybe they used one of these document preparation services. Sometimes they are called notarios, which is, you may be familiar with what a notary does. A notary is somebody who's usually licensed to notarize your documents that you sign. But some of these services do exist, and I'm not going to say they're all completely bad. I guess there is a place for them. And some states do have these type of services that they monitor and require licensing. But in Florida, we don't really have that. We don't have any type of monitoring of these types of service. We don't have any type of government licensing for these document preparation services. So again, some may be better than others, but bottom line is they can't explain to you anything about immigration law. If you look at some of these services or you look at their websites, you'll see that the most they can really tell you is that they're offering you a typing service. Really, all they're doing is they're giving you a form and you're going to answer the questions needed for the applications, and they're just going to type it from their computer into the forms. And some of them will send it in for you. Most of them will give it back to you and you send it in. So they are in no way on the hook for representing you in your case because they can't. They're not an attorney. They can't represent you. They can't give you legal advice. They can't watch the case from beginning to end like your immigration attorney will. So, you may think it's cheaper to hire one of these services, but honestly, I would say about 25% of my clients are people who have come to me from doing cases with these types of services. And the client comes to me, they've now been denied their case, and they don't even understand why most of the time. The client hasn't got a clue what happened. The client doesn't even have a copy of what was completed for them and sent in. And they come to me with a cry out for help, and they don't know what happened. So we now have to go back, try to find out what happened, piece together the puzzle of maybe a few papers they do have. And in many cases, we have to file what's called a Freedom of Information Act request to get a copy of their case from immigration. And that can take many months to get. So please be very cautious of filing immigration applications without the advice and guidance and preparation of an immigration lawyer. One of the other things that can happen when you file your case with an immigration lawyer like myself is I will get copied on everything that immigration sends out to you. So if you miss an important letter, and this is critical because unfortunately, USCIS won't email you. They won't call you. They will just send you a letter by regular mail when it's time for your interview or when it's time for your fingerprint appointment, which they call biometrics. So I've seen this happen. You may get, they may send you a letter, and you know what happens sometimes in the mail. Sometimes mail does go astray. Sometimes your post office box may not be secure. So my mail is definitely secure. I have never not gotten a document that was sent to a client. We get copies of everything. Luckily, my post lady knows my office, and we get our mail every day. We are very careful to open everything. We scan everything, and we immediately let you know, hey, we got this interview letter for you. Did you get your copy? So that's another wonderful thing that we can do for you. Now, the other important thing is that as your immigration attorney, I can represent you at your interview. Nobody else can do that. Your document preparer, your friend, your mother, your brother, they will not be allowed into the office when you go for your immigration interview, okay? The only people that officer wants to see is you or your spouse, if it pertains to a spousal marriage card visa, and I can be there for you. And the reason you want me there, this is really critical, is because I am your advocate. The immigration attorney sitting across the desk from you is not your advocate. They are not there to support you in your process. They are there to critique everything, poke holes in the case, review history possibly that, might be problematic. And if things do come up that you cannot handle in that interview, I am there to support you. I am there firsthand to hear and observe and know exactly what is going on. Maybe we need to appeal a decision later. Maybe something, came up that you were not expecting. Now, I can't answer the questions for you. If you are asked outright a question about your history or yourself, you have to still answer that. And I'm going to prepare you for that interview as well. I'm going to give you my advice and experience over the years to tell you what to expect. But certainly I can be there to help clarify any legal issues that come up. And this is really, really critical. And the final reason that you want to have an immigration attorney with handling your case is because we will have a relationship that continues into the future long after we close off your case. You may need to file more immigration paperwork in the future, and we will remind you of that. We will remind you of when that needs to be done. So please don't go and don't trust your case with someone who is not an immigration attorney, who is not qualified to give you legal advice. Please reach out to me if you need help. I'm Nadine Heights, and you can give me a call at 561-290-0101 and book a consultation with me to discuss your case. Thank you.
Thanks for listening. For more information, go to heightsimmigrationlaw.com.